Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's your boys, Mike and Mish, with the Mike and Mish Show. What's up, Mike?
Yo, what's up, Kyle? I am excited tonight. I am super excited tonight. Why am I excited?
Because we got 4 more guests, and we
That's
had
right.
4 last night.
That is right.
Yeah.
This is a big weekend.
It is a big weekend. They did the weigh-ins tonight for BKFC 43. Everybody was looking stout and making weight. I don't know if you saw. I'm not singling out the ladies because they're ladies and they look pretty. But did you see what shape both of those girls are in? They're freaking
horrible shape.
Unbelievable.
I had to turn away. I couldn't watch. Yep.
Unbelievable. Jeremy Smith looked freaking jacked at 204. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about that event. We got 4 guests coming on tonight. We got Mr. International himself, the voice of the BKFC, Cyrus Fees, coming on first. Then we're going to have, longtime BKFC veteran, 6-fight veteran, Dakota Cochrane will be coming on after Cyrus. Then we're going to have Bekzhod Usmonov, new fighter, going to be taking on Jimmie Rivera, following up Dakota. And then we're going to end the show with Idrees Wasi, a late addition to the BKFC 43 card. Took the fight on 2 days' notice. That guy is an absolute savage. This is the second time in a row he's taken a short notice fight. I like Idrees, and I can't wait to talk to him. Let's shout our sponsors real quick, and we'll get the show on the road.
Norcom Mortgage and Michael Mish are delivering the American dream to those who serve America, helping veterans obtain the dream of home ownership. They offer programs that include no money down, no first-time homebuyer requirement, 100% cash-out refinances, rehab loans. They can help you purchase a home, purchase a condo, refinance an existing mortgage, create a dream home with rehab loan. To learn more, visit www.michaelmish.norcommortgage.com or call 860-884-2103.
Everybody's favorite commercial. Oh, everybody's favorite commercial with the most beautiful Rhode Island accent on the planet. Mike, to learn more, I love it. You guys got to call 860-884-2103. Talk to Mike. He's one of the best in the business. Top 1% mortgage broker in the country, licensed in 18 states, including Florida and Virginia and South Carolina and all these places that we keep visiting to watch people punch each other in the face. You can buy a house in there and you can talk to Mike and he can help you out.
Yes, he can.
Also, we have our favorite popcorn snacks, bare knuckle corn snacks. Hit them up. If you're not going to be at BKFC 43, hopefully you're going to have a bag of bare knuckle corn snacks in your hand. You're going to be watching from your couch. And last but not least, BK Bet Shark. The dude is really cleaning house with these betting slips that he's putting in. He basically bats 1,000 every other event, and the ones that he's not batting 1,000, he's like 7-1, 7-2, just raking in cash. So if you like money, go to @BK Bet Shark and follow this guy. Listen to his words.
Do it now.
With that said, we're excited to talk to this first guest of the evening. This guy has been there and done that in the combat sports industry, and now he is the voice of the fastest growing sport in the world, bare knuckle fighting championship. He is Mr. International, Cyrus Fees. What's up, brother?
What's up, gentlemen?
Hey.
It's
great to be here. By the way, let me just jump in here real quick. The mortgage thing, that's a good combination for a podcast. I think of my guy Conrad Thompson, who handles all the big wrestling podcasts, and he's got a mortgage company, and he scoops in and makes all kinds of money off of it. So it's a good combination, the mortgage brokerage and then the podcast thing. I like it. Well done.
And it is my cousin Mike, but like no bullshit. My cousin Mike is one of the top mortgage brokers in the country. And I know that, funny coincidence, you were a top 40 under 40 guy on something. Were you like in a magazine or a website? What were you in?
Something. I was on. No, it was. It's in the Tri-Cities. It's in the Tri-Cities of Tennessee. It's where I live. It's in Eastern Tennessee. It's just our regional 40 under 40. But I've since gone past it. I literally got in right under the threshold when I was 39 years old. Barely made it in, but I made it in, so it was good.
the coincidence is Mike Mish was a top 40 under 40 businessman, whatever the hell year that was, for whatever publication that was. Very cool. Yeah, but anyways, dude, it's about time we had you on here. We see you at every single event. Mike and I have been to like 19 events now, and I don't know how many you've been with the company, but it seems like you've been there a minute.
Yeah.
You've been there like when was the first one that you did with BKFC? Do you know?
Knucklemania 2 was the first one that I ever did.
2.
So that was a great event to start with. Like, so, I mean, it worked out really well. I got the call to be on the show, and they had been talking to me. My good friend Sean Wheelock put in some very kind words for me. And, but yeah, what a show to debut on, right? I mean, Mike Perry's coming out party, Chad Mendez. I mean, it was awesome.
Like we said, you've done everything. You've been with multiple different organizations. The EFC in South Africa, you were there with them for a long time. Are you still with them?
I am, yeah. So I still do all the play-by-play with them remotely. I do it from the house.
Oh, nice.
Ever since 2020, I started doing it remotely, and personally, I made that trip about 44 times. I'm good. You know, that is a long, long trip. I'm good. International travel. I love my moniker. I love it. I'm proud of it, but I don't miss it, man. I don't miss the international travel at all right now. I'm loving Mr. Domestic. I'll take Mr. Domestic all day.
Yo, I've only been out of the country one time. We got deployed in 2012. It's actually where Kyle and I met. We got deployed. Some people went to Afghanistan, and we got lucky that time around. We stayed in Kuwait the whole time, but I'll tell you, it's lucky. But it was like a 17-hour flight, and it was boring, and it was hot and sandy and not fun. But you know what we did? We got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. We watched all the UFC events together, and that's how we met.
Right. It's an amazing thing, man. Thank you for your service, by the way, guys. Incredible stuff.
Thank you, dude.
I can't imagine flying like that all the time, though. Forget it. We fly like 2-3 hours to these events, maybe sometimes 5, and then after doing that every other week, I'm dying. You know, with the kids.
You just zone out. You just zone out. I mean, like I put my headphones in and I literally zone out. I don't talk to many people. I throw a podcast on. I try to go to sleep. You just kind of go into autopilot. I've gotten to the point now that I don't even like being in airports. I'm so over it. Like just this trip, instead of taking connecting flights, I drove 3 hours to Charlotte just so I could have a nonstop flight to Des Moines. And then I'm going to drive into Omaha tomorrow, but I don't even like connecting flights anymore. There's just too much bullshit. Like, I'm tired of flights not working out and the overhead compartments not working. So we got to be grounded for 5 hours. Fuck all that. I'm good.
Yeah.
Nonstop flight. Get me there. I'm good.
We actually went on
that happening all the time. It happens so much now.
Last night on the show, who were we talking to last night that we went on like a tangent about
Taylor Starling,
about 5 minutes of how bad people suck in airports.
They're so weird.
But I'm telling you, Cyrus, this dude right here is the funnest guy to travel in an airport with because he's got that Rhode Island accent and he just does not give a fuck about anybody. If they're doing some dumb shit, he'll just say it. Or if somebody behind you on the plane is trying to get off before you, he'll box them out. He'll block them. Be like, not today.
Yeah, I don't care. There's not
like
happening.
He's trying to get a rebound or something.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
Like if it takes you more than 5 seconds to get your bag out of the above bin, oh, Mike's gonna let you know. Mike will be like, "Oh,
I can't take it."
Is this the first time you've ever taken it? Come on now. This can't be the first time you took a bag down from an overhead compartment.
Yeah. You forgot where you put your bag 2 hours ago above your head. Come on.
It's really funny. He does it in a comic way, though. But, dude, man, so you talked about coming on a Knucklemania 2. So you came on at the time, the biggest event they ever had. The sport's been growing like crazy, and you've been watching it. Compare what you've been seeing with the BKFC's rise to like some of the organizations that you've worked with, or even like some of the pro wrestling things that you've worked with. Talk about how. What are you thinking, man?
Well, no, I mean it's like nothing else. I mean, you know, I've been in the sport for consistently since about 2010, and I just the way it's growing so rapidly, it's different. It's been such a breath of fresh air for me. I've been in MMA pretty much the entire time, you know, and I got all the way up to the UFC, and I worked for the Contender series for a summer, and every show you could think of, Eagle FC, and I'm still with UAE Warriors, and I appreciate MMA. I mean, I call MMA fights, I announce MMA, I do interviews. I love MMA, I really do. But at the same time, having something with a fresh coat of paint, something that's a little bit more different, something that's more fast paced, more exciting. And I don't care to say it. I mean, I would look anybody in the face, and I will tell people that I work for, BKFC is more exciting. You know what I mean? It is by nature. It's a more exciting sport. It's a lot of fun. And anybody that enjoys the striking part of MMA, then they're going to love BKFC. So I really, really love it, and I'm passionate about it, and the way it's rising and the people behind it. Can I help you? Sorry, I got my kids here. Hold on a second.
We all feel it. We totally understand. What's up?
This is Cash. It's
he's
Cash,
on
the trip here.
Hey,
Cash Fees. Yep.
Cash
Fees.
Fees. I love it. Oh shoot.
Hey,
And that's Kennedy Fees. That's my daughter.
Oh,
hello,
hey.
Kennedy.
Hey, good to see you. The kids are happy. They're bothering dad in the car. That's
Hold on 1 second, guys. What now? You have a scab that came off. Well, I mean, we can attend to that soon.
At least he didn't shart.
God.
Yeah,
I'm back. I'm back. All right, we're good. I'll try to finish my thought. I love it. I think the rise is really cool. David Feldman is super, super fun to work for. Any show that, like, you know, every time I do an interview, he's about to drop some sort of bomb, some big news announcement all the time. You can't help but to get excited about that. And we're still at the ground level. And I'll tell you guys that I appreciate you guys, and we have to have people that believe in it in media as much as you guys do. And truthfully, you know, Ariel Helwani and I, over the years, we've always been okay, but it's always just been iffy. Like, we've been in press pools and stuff together. But the way he really believes in the sport and believes in the organization, that gives us a lot of credence, and it helps a lot too. So having people like that really believe in it really means a lot.
It sure does. And what he said about the sport after the Denver event, what you basically just said, what he was talking about was the pace. He said the production value and the pace. He goes, I loved the fact that I sat down and watched 12 fights in 3 hours. And it was like the two fighters that were leaving the ring were heading to the backstage. And the second they got to the backstage, it seemed like 5 seconds later, the next fighters were walking out. And it was just this revolving door of, and that's what it is. I love the fact that you don't have to sit down that last UFC event was 6 hours long.
It was long.
It's ridiculous.
It was 6 hours
you don't
for
need
12 fights in 6 hours. Like, what the hell?
I tell promoters that all the time. MMA promoters as well. They like to stretch things out so long. And I'm like, why? What are we doing here? I mean, how many times do you go into a movie theater wanting to watch a 4.5 hour, 5 hour movie? You want to go in for a couple of hours, have it be awesome, great finishes, exciting stuff, but keep it moving, you know, always keep the show moving. And our segments, like my segments that I do, are by design. They're short segments. They're fast segments. My interviews are fast. So I got to get in there and make as much impact as possible and get in and get out. And that's what people want to see. Just like they want to see Cash. They want to see Cash too.
Yeah. He's a boss back there.
That's right.
Sure.
What a beast. Yeah.
And you know what I like that BKFC does that, I don't know if the UFC does this, but it's more like a pro wrestling thing. When they talk to the fighters before they go out and do their fights.
Yep.
Do they do that very often? I don't recall that.
Sometimes they show them coming in to
the
arena,
walking into the arena,
but they don't really
not
talk
actually
to them.
talking to someone like Cyrus, right? Like, you know,
yeah.
I think that's a cool little factor that they add.
Well, yeah, I like it too, and it is very reminiscent of wrestling. And there have been other MMA shows that have done it in the past where they've got him back in their dressing room and stuff. But I do like it. I even like some of the ones, and the fighters don't like it, but I think it's cool for the fans when they're like literally the next fight about to walk out. even if you can get 5 seconds out of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can just be like, hey, man, you're about to make this walk. How you feeling? Just give us something. Let us know what's going through your body, going through your mind as you're about to walk that ramp, especially for maybe the first time, that sort of thing. So I know the fighters don't like it, but 85 to 90% of them cooperate, and they get that it's all about growing the sport and growing the show.
Right.
So, but yeah, we're always trying to come up with ideas to make it palatable to the audience, make it exciting, give you a different angle to look at these fighters, and keep you, wanting to see people fight for a reason. You know what I mean? Not just two random people that are going to walk. That's exciting that we can still give you a good fight, but if we can give you a reason to watch, that's even better.
Let's talk about Denver for a second, because from Knucklemania 2 to Denver, the sport and the company has just grown like astronomically. And then it was like kind of almost the cherry on top was Denver. Like now Denver has really put BKFC on the map. And not only did the Conor McGregor thing happen, and we're going to talk about that in a second, but
Yeah.
you worked with Chael again, and you had worked with Chael in the past, right? But having a guy like Chael Sonnen on the show really brings a little more notoriety to the show as well, right?
Always. Yeah. Chael's awesome, and he and I have great chemistry. We worked together on 2 or 3 different projects, and you don't even have to. You just don't have to do anything with Chael. It's like the easiest interview. Like I've had him on my podcast twice, and it was the easiest podcast ever. You say a few words to him, and he gives you 5 or 6 minutes of gold.
Yeah.
That's just what he brings to the table. There's a lot of people. He's kind of polarizing for certain people, and they don't like his shtick and the way he talks and some of the things that he does. But I love Chael for everything that he does. He's been real good to me as well. But having him there, having Austin Trout there, and the notoriety that he brought was really cool. And I like the concept of having the 3 of us or having 4 of us on a panel on those breaks. I think it adds something more to it. And I think every big show that we do, we're probably going to have that, most likely.
What was Chael like when you guys did your your first initial pre-show before the first prelim fight started? You guys did your thing, and then the first prelim ended like quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was his thought on like, oh shit, we're already right back up here again? Like this is going to be a quick night. What was he saying?
Yeah, I mean, so Chael's definitely watched a lot of it as well, so he kind of had an idea of how it rolls, but he wasn't really surprised, I guess. But at the same time, that's one of the things that he really praises the show for. He really likes Feldman a lot. He really does. Like he'll say it over and over again. I love what Feldman does, and I love like how much passion he has for his product. It almost reminds you a lot of Dana White, because Dana's always had that passion for his product as well. Whereas like a Scott Coker and some of these other guys, you don't really get that feeling as much. They're there, they're running the show, and they're great. But at the same time, Dana White's going to cuss, and he's going to drop announcements on you. Feldman's very much that same way. He's almost like Dana White circa 2007, 2008. You know what I mean? Where it was just, he was so incredibly passionate about the product. But yeah, Chael was digging it, man, and he always has. And he and I talk off camera all the time, and he just loves what we're doing with BKFC. I think he sees that it really is the next evolution, and that it can be this next big thing. So he feels it.
Yeah, it was very cool to meet him. Me and Mike met him, and he was super cool to us. Very down to earth, like you said. And circa 2007, Dana, that would be 45 pounds ago, and he had probably some hair left on his head, right?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, a scant amount. Yeah.
Now that event went absolutely insane all night long. The fights were great, but when Conor showed up, being you in your position, knowing that you're going to have the mic in your hand and you're going to be inside that ring at some point, and the possibility, what kind of nerves are going through? Do you even get nervous, or is it just another walk in the park for you?
Well, yeah, I mean, so I didn't think he was coming in the ring. We didn't have any prior notice that he was going to get in the ring. I didn't know Perry was going to call him into the ring. I really thought that he was going to call Cerrone into the ring. I did think that was going to happen. However, I mean, Perry grabbed it by the horns, and that's why he's so good at what he does right now, right? Because he gets it. he really gets how to promote himself. And he's like, and he kind of understood it when he was in the UFC to a point. He would say some wild off the wall shit and it was fun. But now he gets it. Like, he gets the business end of it. And he's making the right call outs. He's saying the right shit. Sometimes it's a little wonky and you're like, what's he saying? But it works. You know what I mean? But the way he did that with Conor McGregor, the way his tone was, can I get my face off with Conor McGregor? That was dope as shit.
Yes.
I like when things flow and when they happen in the right way. And then when McGregor was in there, the only thing that was going through my mind is I got to get something out of him. I was like, I got to get a soundbite. I got to get a question, because Conor could run in there, do that face off and run right out, jump over the ropes and fly to the upper level because he's so wild and he has so much energy, right? He's insane. So I was like, okay, if I can corral this dude for 2 minutes and I can get something out of him. And that was one of those times where I was real happy with the way things went. I'm a hard critic of myself. I eat myself up. Unless it's right, perfect, what I want, which most of the time it's not perfect. Everybody's happy with it, but it's not perfect to me. That went about as good as it could go. I mean, that was pretty damn good. You know what I mean? He gave us the most incredible fucking review that we could ever ask for. Period. Like, you couldn't ask for anything better. You know what I mean? So that just all fell into place, man. That was magic. That was really magic.
It was. That place was packed to the brim. Like that place was unbelievable. The energy was wild. When we were there for the Richmond Doolittle fight, it was like kind of like a 2/3 thing. So there was lots of space in the back to move around. This time it was unrecognizable, that place. I was in places in that building that I hadn't even gone to the first time we were there because I was always in that open area in the back. And it was wild. There was like almost nowhere to move. When we're walking around in the back, you guys had that area where you were going to shoot interviews that never got used. I think it got used one time and that was it, because it was just so crazy in that area. There was no way for you to do something back there. And there was Usman, Cerrone, Namajunas. There was just
Gaethje.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was unbelievable. I mean, there were so many names there. And then you're up there with Chael and Trout talking. You know, that's part of the thing that we missed half of that because we're not watching live. So we're like, man, we got to go back and watch all this because we're missing all the goods, you know? We don't know what's being talked about.
And then Mendez and Alvarez, like I was so hyped for that fight, man. I was so hyped for that fight. I was hyped for Ben. I got to know Eddie after the press conference. We sat and played blackjack together for like 30 minutes. Me, him, and Cranston from BKFC. We just sat and bullshitted and played blackjack. So I got to know him. I did a podcast with him. I was like, this is a cool motherfucker. And I love Mendez. Very nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't root against anybody. I was excited just to see that match unfold, but I really like Mendez. And then he retires and I'm like, holy shit, like this is a big moment too. And that kind of got washed away. Like Conor came in and did his thing and you're like, oh shit, Chad Mendez retired with a really cool speech. Oh shit, Ben Rothwell called out Belcher and Belcher got kind of squirrely. That was interesting. I was like, okay, there's a lot of shit happening right now. Christine had an awesome showing. You know, showed why she's the best. You know what I mean? Even though it kind of ended on a cut, but she still showed why she's the best. You know what I mean? Why she's calling out Cyborg and shit now. And like they're gonna have to really find somebody. Like I don't know if it's Martina Kroll. I don't know who it is. Like she has to get another win. Like who do you do with Christine? You almost have to bring another heavy hitter from boxing or MMA in.
You do
just to test her. What else do you do with her? She's so good. So it's like. So many good things happened that night. And then Kamosi was dope too. So it's like there was just a lot. There was a lot.
Wine Miller had a 7-second
good problem
knockout.
to have.
Yeah, Wine Miller 7-second knockout. Yeah, what you said earlier. You said something about what you talked about Conor stamping his approval on the sport. I think just as much as he did that, Eddie's post-fight press conference when Eddie talked about how this was the best training camp he's ever had. I didn't have to grapple. I didn't have to roll. 5 2-minute rounds is so much easier to train for. You get a full minute in between 2 rounds. You can almost reset I would say anybody who's thinking about doing this should come over and try it. I thought that was fantastic. Coming from a guy like him, he's an absolute legend.
No, it is, and it's going to bring more people into the sport. I mean, the reality is that the sport is awesome. The way it's set up is awesome. Fighters love it. That's just point blank. Period. That's not to be disputed. That's the reality of it, which is awesome. It's just all about all the moves that have to be made administratively, financially, with the right broadcast partners. That's the shit that makes the difference. So if all those things fall into place, which I have a lot of faith in the people that run things, then man, we're still at the ground zero of something massive. So
I can't imagine where they go.
We got
from
the
there.
product. Yeah, we got the product. That's not the problem. And that's half the battle, over half the battle. So
I love the we're not going to keep you much longer because we got other guests coming on. I feel like we could talk to you for 3 hours, but I like the fact that the BKFC is doing a good job mixing like well-known veterans and well-known names and still putting like guys like like Tony Soto and Lorenzo Hunt and Christine Faria. These are all homegrown products that are getting as recognized now because everyone had a whole problem with all the diehard fans were like, oh, why are they bringing in all these UFC fighters? We don't need these UFC fighters, but they're looking at it with blind eyes. Like that is so fucking ignorant, guys. You need this star power to draw eyes to the product so you could showcase your talent, and it's working. It's working.
Oh man, Mish, listen, I shake my hand a lot. I'm a part of a few of the different Facebook groups and stuff, and I admittedly scroll these groups, and
I see you on there.
It's almost doom scrolling. I lay out because there's no point because people are just being dickheads to be dickheads.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you're absolutely right. Like it's the hate it's stupidity. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, we have to grow it. And we have to use recognizable names, whether you like it or fucking not. I mean, it doesn't matter. We could have put Christine Faria on the top of the 41 card. Sure, we could have did that. But it's not going to move like Rockhold and Perry's going to. And you don't have to like it. You know what I mean? You could be mad at the house and stomp your feet and kick the fucking dirt. But it doesn't make any sense. Like, shut up. Shut up with this shit. Yeah. We all respect them. You know what I mean? There was a lot of pushback because we didn't do Christine's interview in the ring. All that shit was logistics. Like, I'll tell you a real quick funny story. So the way it was set up, I had to run out of her interview, and so if I was going to interview her in the ring, and listen, I fucking fought for this because I was like, I have to interview her in the ring. It's going to look bad if we don't interview in the ring. I have to interview in the ring. So they're like, all right, well, if you can get from the ring all the way up to your post up in the upper deck in like 30 seconds, then we can do it. Yeah. So we did weigh-ins. And Dave Jr. timed me. I jumped out of the ring, ran full speed up those fucking steps, got there in 45 seconds. And I ran down. I said, I got it in 45 seconds. We're good. And my producer goes, dude, you're out of breath. Like, you can't go on if you're out of breath. I was like, fuck. So we come back the next day, and they're like, listen, we'll do it backstage. I let Jules, her partner, know.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, just so you know, we can't do it in the ring. It's logistically not possible. I was like, we're going to do it backstage if she wins. And she goes, okay. Christine didn't give a fuck. And Christine really didn't give a fuck that she wasn't on top of that card. She knows it's about growing this sport. Yeah. She gets it. So why the fuck can't her fans get up for it?
Yeah.
What are you guys fighting about? What are you arguing about?
No,
Let us
I love
grow
that.
the shit, man. Like, trust me. Like, you got people that spend all day long, every week, 7 days a week, trying to grow this thing with their own money. Grassroots as fuck. They're trying to figure this out. And the way people get their feelings hurt over this is just comical. It's like, man, trust the fucking process here.
Sit back and enjoy.
Working our butts off.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah, hell yeah. We got the most exciting combat sport in the world, and that shit's not by accident. Yep. You know what I mean? The shit's not by accident.
Yeah.
So fuck it. But you know, people are just mad to be mad. I like letting off steam. I'm glad I could let off some steam with you guys.
Yeah.
Because I do it all the time, grumbling and shit in my office. But
we do too.
yeah.
We do it all the time.
Well, Cyrus,
Yeah.
I wish we could be out in Omaha with you guys tomorrow night, but unfortunately, back-to-back shows we do have full-time jobs for the military.
I understand, guys.
And once
I
in a
get it.
while, they got to slap us down and say you can't do
I
it.
got that wonderful 3-day drill starting tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I love that shit. Love it.
Everybody who's watching should be following you already. If not, your socials have been going across the bottom the entire time. We thank you so much for coming on the show. Is there anything else you want to say to anybody that's going to be listening before we let you go?
Just watch the show. Big show. And like we've said before, it's the ones maybe that don't have a Mike Perry on top, that don't have, you know, these massive names on top. Houston's great, and we have some great names on this show. But these are the ones that you have to watch, because these are the ones where they show out. It's where you get the best highlights, the most competitive fights. It always happens that way. Yep. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, and don't hate too much.
All right, Cyrus, thank you very much for coming on. Mike, you got anything?
Appreciate you guys.
And we will see you at the next one, hopefully sooner than later.
Tell them bye, Cash.
Later, Cash.
So, Cash Fees.
See you guys.
See you later.
See you guys.
Bye, Kennedy.
Bye. All right, that was the voice, Mr. International, the host of the show, Cyrus Fees. Thank you very much for coming on. He's an awesome dude, and he's really good at his job. So
he's someone we got to get on. You got to do like
we should do an hour with him.
Talk. We just keep going and going. Like it's
Yep. And we have a second guest.
To 20
minutes. And I apologize to our next guest. We're gonna go right into him. He's been waiting patiently. He's coming back. He's a 6-fight veteran, 4-2 in the BKFC, always a top contender. Here he is, Mr. Dakota Cochrane.
What's up?
What's going on, man?
Not much. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the show. You are back. We're excited to talk to you. I wish that my ass and Mike were out in fucking Omaha to see this one, because we were just talking to Cyrus, and I think you heard him say it at the end there. This card is fantastic.
Yes.
People, it's sliding under the radar, I think, because of how big. I think people are still in a fog from Denver.
On the come down from that card in Denver, it's insane.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a card. There's a lot of good fighters on it.
Now you're coming off a win, and you're getting back in there trying to stay on this winning track. But a guy who you're going to be facing off with has been on the rise a little bit lately, and he's looked better and better in his last few fights. Noah Cutter is always down for a brawl. What are your thoughts on Noah as an opponent? And what are you thinking headed in tomorrow night?
Noah, he's a banger. He's going to fight hard. He has a lot of experience, and he's not going to shy away. Once you get hit, some of the guys who are just starting kind of shy away once you start getting hit. So it's going to be a battle. I think I'll be able to get the best of him though, for sure.
Noah likes to continue fighting after bleeding, and last time we saw him was down in Albuquerque, and he was shit that they stopped that fight. He was like, "I've had much worse fucking guts in my career." Blah, 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 blah. Like, he was very pissed about that. So get ready for a bloody one.
Yeah, that's okay. I've been in those.
Yeah, he's definitely a Till Valhalla type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's somebody who wants to pull you into a firefight, a bloody war. Are you going to be pulled into the bloody war, or are you going to be trying to, dodge and back up and, take your time with him? Because he seems to be a guy who can make people go just like balls to the wall,
Yeah, no, that's my goal always not to get hit.
Right.
So I want to get hit as least as possible, but it's inevitable. So no, my game plan would be to stay out of his reach, and then all the way in. So it's either all the way out or all the way in. So we'll see how that game plan plays out.
So you've been around for a long time with this company. You were top contender in the 185 division for a long time. This is 175, correct? You are
correct.
Is that where you're making your home now with the BKFC? You're gonna stay in the 175, or are you gonna be bouncing back and forth?
Me, I'll take I'll take a fight wherever. So I like a challenge. So yeah, wherever they want me, I'll fight either 75 or 85. I just know I'm a small 85. You know, there's no getting around that.
Are you fight to fight now with them, or are you on a multi-fight contract? Because I know you took an MMA fight back in last year. You were still active in MMA recent, right? Like maybe a year ago. But
Yeah.
are you still fighting are you still doing MMA, or are you bouncing back and forth? What's the deal?
No, I would take MMA fights if if the right one comes up and money's right and opponent. I mean, opponent really doesn't matter. It's usually the money. So no, I'm not exclusive with bare knuckle. So I can take an MMA fight if I want to.
Do you think that people don't like you don't get brought up enough? Do you feel like your name doesn't get brought up enough? Being a guy with so much experience in both MMA and BKFC, with so many wins in both sports, I feel like when they're talking about 175ers and 185ers, your name doesn't get brought up enough. Do you feel the same way?
Definitely, but I'm not a shit talker. I don't. I guess I don't put myself out there probably enough. Kind of a small town kid and just guy. Just try to go in there and put on a good battle. So yeah, I probably do it to myself by not being crazy enough or posting on social media all the time.
Right, and the people that like you had back-to-back L's, right? But the people that you fought were a guy named Mike Richmond and Josh Dyer, two absolute fucking murderers. And Mike Richmond, I don't know how hard he hits because I've never been hit by him, but we've been watching him hit people since he's been in the BKFC. He seems like he has heavyweight power in 175 hands. And when he was hitting you with the body shots, like I was feeling him at home, dude. I don't like. Can you?
I couldn't believe you kept getting up. That's the
unbelievable.
Shit that was wild because you're getting hit by these body shots and you can just tell like it was insanely fucking powerful. And your face was like, holy fucking shit, I don't want to do this. Okay, I'll get up and I'll keep going. I'm like, I can't believe this dude's getting up again. This is insane.
Yeah, I don't like to give up easy. So, and I got rocked right away. So that was not a good start to that fight. So it pretty much was the beginning of the end. But yeah, I didn't want to quit. I'm at home. I got a lot of people cheering me on, and I'm just not a guy that quits easily. So like I wanted to try to come back. But obviously Richmond is a beast. And as far as his power, yeah, he's got a lot of good power, but man, he's just so accurate. If you watch like where he's punching, he has his eyes on his target every single time. So, when he's fighting all the other guys, not even just me, but he's just so goddamn accurate. That's the thing I noticed about him.
Well, you saw what he did against Lorenzo, and I know a lot of and we love Lorenzo too, but a lot of Lorenzo's fans and in like his corner of the fandom, I guess you want to say, they want to ignore the first minute and 40 seconds of that fight. Mike Richmond
was beating his ass.
Looked phenomenal for the first minute and 40 something seconds until it wasn't his fight anymore. You know what I mean? It was until that moment. If it would have went 10 seconds to the bell, it was a 10-8 round. And I think people ignore that. I can't believe they ignore that.
I was cheering for Richmond like hard on that one because he's a hell of a nice guy too.
Yeah.
I was cheering for him, and goddamn, he beat the hell out of Hunt. And Hunt, Hunt's got power anytime, so that saved it. But
yeah, he got him.
At him.
Yeah, is like you go out there and you get a victory over Noah Cutter. Are you trying to stay active and get back to the top of that 175 division? And maybe because we might be getting some news on a Mike Richmond fight soon. He posted something. I think we have a graphic, right, Mike? He posted something saying, I can't wait to announce my next fight. I'll always be on top of this game until I retire. The next person might be the champ, but
I'm the draw.
I'm
Maybe
the
I will
draw.
see
Okay,
some of you at the Omaha, Nebraska card this next weekend.
Yeah. So with that said, the 175 belt might be on the line sometime very soon. Are you trying to get through Noah, get another fight, get another win or two under your belt, and then maybe see Mike Richmond or whoever's holding the belt at that time, Dave Mundell, at some point?
Yeah, I definitely would like to climb on the ladder. You know, my other loss was at 85 to Josh, so that wasn't at 75. So my only loss at 75 is to Richmond.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see this one. You guys look like you were both in great shape. Noah's always in great shape, so you know that he's in shape. It's a matter of if he's going to get cut, if you're going to be able to cut him up, because he does cut. Like he's one of those guys that bleeds every single time he goes out there.
He's a good John. He's got that good John skin.
Maybe not quite good John. Okay, maybe not quite good. I don't know.
He's close to it. He's getting there. I feel like he's getting there. He bleeds a lot in his fights. He gets busted open, but yeah, he's got that scar tissue there, which is worrisome in this sport, because I feel like obviously cuts are super easy to come by, but having that scar tissue definitely does not help.
Yeah, it is crazy how some guys become more and more easily cut just because of all the battles they've been in.
And so now this is your fourth fight in a row in Omaha for the BKFC, right? This is your home. Do you live in Omaha or you live nearby?
Yeah, I live nearby, about 30 minutes away. So it is my home.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Are you at home right now, or are you at the hotel?
Yeah, no, I'm at my place.
I was gonna say, what hotel are you at with that wide open like view like that? Usually, you got a friggin' parking lot behind you.
No, just
look at that. That's wide open.
Yeah.
Is that all your land?
Yeah, it's just a few acres, so no, not a lot, but that would be my goal to be able to get like 20 or 30 acres. That's kind of what me and my wife are shooting for.
That's
you a
awesome.
hunting guy? Do you go hunting and stuff like that?
Yeah. I just killed my first buck with bow hunting this year.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Did you mount the head? Did you put it on your wall? How many point?
It's a 10-pointer.
Whoa, okay.
I'll send you a picture to it, but it's getting mounted. I don't have it on my wall yet, but it's in the process.
10-pointer with a bow, huh?
That is awesome.
You fucking goddamn Green Arrow over there.
The first one, yeah. You're gonna make some of that venison chili. Oh my god!
It's
go for some of that.
Iowa deer. They're a little bit bigger here.
Do you do the whole thing, like hang it by its feet in your garage, gut it, skin it, the whole nine? Are you one of those guys, or you have somebody that does that for you?
No, I had someone process it. Yeah. To be honest, like I'm really just getting into it. And my father, he's absolutely loves it. My boys love it, so it's kind of making me a little bit more of a hunter. I like the challenge of it. That's pretty much what I like to do. I like to, you get to visit family. You get a little bit of time with your boys, showing them how to hunt, and so just family time and a little bit of a challenge.
Nice. I got a buddy who hunts with a rifle and a bow, depending on the season. But he's the guy that you go to his house and you open his garage door and he's got a fucking deer hanging by its feet and there's blood all over the floor, over a tarp on the floor. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Don't you park your car in there?
I don't even like cleaning up Legos over here. I never mind all that shit. Forget it.
Man.
You kill it, you have to gut it right there. Guts, and then we take it to the processor right there, right away.
You could be like Liver King and rip the fucking liver right out and eat it right there in front of your family.
You should do that at the weigh-ins.
Yeah.
You go one up Jade Mason Wong, and instead of having like the blood come out of whatever she had there, that special effects blood, you could just take a straight up liver and just bite into it and just fucking blood goes everywhere. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Save that. Save that for the next one.
that was that's a little more serious than what I am. So.
Nah, man. Well, we're excited to see you back, and we're hoping that we like Kevin's in the comments right there said the beast about to be released again. Dakota is back. I hope you're feeling 100%. I'm sure you won't tell us if you're not, but go out there, do your fucking thing, and climb those ranks, because that 175 division is exciting, and a guy like you, slamming your name right into that top 5 conversation would be fantastic.
Well, I appreciate that, guys. I really do.
Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do here, we're going to speed round you real quick. I know you did your weigh-ins today.
Yep.
We just have 3 questions for you. We're going to let you go. Here we go. What was the go-to post-fight meal? What'd you have?
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
Yeah. Well, that was my first little snack.
Did you go get a big meal after the ceremonials, though?
Honestly, I just did Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's.
John's.
This guy's down to earth, man. Listen,
a grinder.
He's not one of those guys that needs a fucking filet mignon and a sweet potato and all that shit. You just give him some watermelon and some Jimmy John's. I love it.
Look at this. Actually, Kevin Smith is on the so Usmonov, I hope I said that right. He's coming on next, and Kevin Smith is over here on the camera.
Yeah, looking all pretty.
Looking very pretty.
All right, number 2.
He's missing you. What is your favorite extracurricular activity to do with your 3 children?
I have a couple, I guess. I like to go to their sporting events, and I like to hunt, and I like to ride motorcycles and 4-wheelers.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What sports are they playing?
Right now, my 2 younger boys, they are in baseball. One's in flag football. One's in like a 7-on-7 football league.
Nice. I love that. I love the fact, like, I don't think enough kids are playing sports these days. And when I hear, like, I grew up playing all the sports as well. And when I hear, like, my friends say that their kids are not playing baseball and it's baseball season, it breaks my heart. So that's fantastic. Good shit there, Dakota.
I'm not a big baseball fan, but I like, I'll support them no matter what. My probably favorite is football and wrestling for the boys.
Yeah. Good sports. All right. What's the best piece of advice you would give to one of the younger fighters that's starting in their pro career? You've been, what do you got, 50 something? You got 50 pro MMA fights and 6 bare knuckle fights and probably a shitload of other things as well. What would you tell a young up and coming fighter?
I would say make sure you train diligently. Do not take any fight lighthearted. And pick your fights. Be smart on your fights. Don't be, I'm probably prime example of, I took a lot of the wrong fights. So it's that tough old school mentality. I'll fight anybody, I've fought leaving, but that it's probably not best for your career if you
just take anybody they offer.
Yeah.
Solid advice. I like that. All right, man. We're going to give you a second to say anything you want to anybody that's listening, and then we'll let you get out of here so we can talk to your Smith brother comrade over there.
All right. Well, tell him hi. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity on coming on, and I'll be ready to show you guys a fight.
Outstanding, man. If you're not following Dakota already, shame on you, but all his social media has been going across the bottom the entire time, including his referral code for the BKFC app. Go get that. Dakota, thank you very much for coming on, and best of luck tomorrow night. We'll be watching.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. See you tomorrow.
See ya. Here he is, longtime veteran, top contender in 175 and 85. Hopefully he can go out there and look good. He looked pretty good in the last one. He had 2 back-to-back tough ones, man. Josh Dyer and Mike Richmond are nothing to fucking sneeze at. So our next fighter is coming in, making his debut with the BKFC. He's a 15-fight MMA pro veteran, 11-4 record, and he's stepping in there and fighting Jimmie Rivera. Like, wow, dude, that's a tough fight in the debut fight in this new sport. But I'm excited to talk to him, Mr. Bekzhod Usmonov.
Hey guys.
Hey,
And Kevin Smith.
and Kevin Smith.
Yeah, I'm gonna interpret. So whatever you guys got.
Oh, I didn't know you. What are you?
I told
Yeah.
Mike earlier. I told Kyle earlier that I'll interpret everything for him.
All right,
cool,
man. Well, hey, first of all, welcome to the show. This is the Mike and Mish show, and we are excited to talk to you. When we were told that you're fighting Jimmie Rivera, I was like, who is this guy? Who could they possibly have been gotten to come in here as a debuter and fight Jimmie? But welcome, and we're excited to see you fight.
Ba la Durka.
This fucking idiot.
Durka.
I knew. You know what, Kevin? You fucking.
You know, at the beginning, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that Kevin
speaks English.
Smith is not bilingual, multi. You know, like I was like, I don't know though. Maybe he's gonna surprise us.
Listen.
I said, this guy doesn't
Everybody-
look French Canadian, but we'll see.
Yeah. He also told me he's a Canadian porn star, and I fucking, you know what? Well, welcome to the show, dude. We love Kevin. We like his jokes. So welcome to the show. For real though, Kevin told me he's got this guy. He's going to be fighting Jimmie Rivera, and he told us that last week in Greenville, and we're like, wait a second. He's fighting Jimmie Rivera in Omaha? He's like, yeah, they haven't announced it yet. And we're like, we're 9 days away from the fight. What are they waiting for? How long have you known you were going to be fighting Jimmie?
Hi, what's up? First, I want to say hello, guys. It was like short notice, like around maybe week. I was in San Diego getting ready for my next MMA fight in July 15, and just Kevin and my manager Jeffrey called me. Hey, you want to do bare knuckle? I said, why not? Let's jump it. And then I just come back to Albuquerque from San Diego, and then fly to Omaha. And right now I'm here and then ready for tomorrow night.
Hey, can I jump in here real quick? When you put your headphones in, it's giving us like a weird feedback. We weren't getting that when Kevin and you were talking before, so you might just have to use your speakerphone.
Yeah, sure.
Instead,
I think now you can hear me better.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right.
So you're down in Albuquerque. Are you staying at the Jackson Wink facility there in one of the dorms?
Yes, guys. We have upstairs like a lot of rooms, 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, apartments. So most fighters staying over there, morning wake up, take shower, and then go to session.
That's so cool. No, Mike and I got a tour of the place when we were down there in Albuquerque, and that is one hell of a facility. It's
cool.
so impressive.
Yeah, it's a nice building. I like it so much.
Do you like Albuquerque as a whole? Do you get out? Do you get out often?
Overall, that's a very good question. Sometimes, you go outside the gym and, nothing to do. I was in San Diego. You can, a little bit refresh your mind. Just go to just beach and swim a couple minutes, get sunny, and then you will be different feeling. Overall, I like go somewhere like maybe 2-3 months, I will stay in Albuquerque and then go somewhere for a couple of weeks and come back. So I do like that, and then I like drive and then I go anywhere.
The first time we went to Albuquerque, right? We kept getting a lot of people telling us the same thing, right? So we do some marketing for BKFC when we go to these events and we go to all these different bars and restaurants. And the same thing kept being told to us. Like, did you lock your car doors? Don't park over there. Don't park over here. Don't do this. Watch out for that. And we're like, whoa, what's going on over here in Albuquerque? Is it crazy over there? You see a whole bunch of crime going on or what?
Somewhere, of course, almost everywhere, crime or some like crazy stuff. But I didn't see much like crazy, like shooting or something crazy. But because I'm doing session, going to make food and sleep, rest and repeat everything, I'm not going to drink or going to clubs nighttime sometimes like this. My last session finish around maybe 7 p.m. Sometimes 8, depends what day, and then I just go and then take shower, rest, sleep until next morning.
Man,
Yeah.
y- you have a really nice resume with an 11-4 record and a lot, get the flying knees and the finishes. But what I noticed is you go to the decision a lot. So are you like a cardio king? You're one of those guys that can go, all 5 rounds anytime you go out there.
I'm ready. Guys, I want to say like that. I'm ready for everything. I don't have now like crazy plans what I will do tomorrow or any of my fights. When I jump to the cage, doesn't matter or it's a ring or something like that. At that point, I will start making plans and then looking for my opponent. Okay, he throwing cross. I need to do something. Just go away or cut angles or something like this. And I will very carefully listen my corner, my coach Jeffrey Chavez, and I will just do what he will say to me, and then just have a look what about my opponent will do, and then at that point I will just make my plan, and of course I will use my cardio because I think I have a very good cardio because I like running. I do a lot of marathons, something like that.
Oh,
So yeah, when I was in army, we did crazy things, running with your backpacks or something like that.
nice. How long have you been in the States? Like, how did you get hooked up with Jackson Wink?
That's a huge story. I was in Australia in Melbourne, and I stuck over there because it was COVID, and all gyms closed. Like I cannot train and blah blah blah. And with my brother Corey Sutcliffe, we just run every day. Like if I will cover for maybe 10, 15 miles every day together. And then slowly I try reach that guy who is right now manager at Jackson Wing. He can speak Russian, and then I said to him, hey, I want to come to America and then to compete and train and then go to UFC. And he said, you're welcome. And then I came to Jackson Wing and then become the athlete, and I've met with Jeffrey, and then we become very, very, good friends. He's now like my father here in America, and then he going with me anywhere and support me anywhere. So yeah, and this is how
So,
I'm in America around 8, 9 months.
oh, okay. So you haven't
Yeah.
been too long, and I got to tell you, running 10, 15 miles a day sounds fucking terrible. Um,
Oh yeah,
You-
that was
well,
fun.
I was wondering. You said that you were in the army in Tajikistan.
No,
You
no, no, no. I was born in Tajikistan, and until 10, I was with my mom because my father was in Russia, and we moved in 2005 to Russia, and then I finished their school and couple universities. Go to army. I did together. 1 year you have to go to army when you finish your school. When you around 17 and 18, something like that. I was a little bit late with my university. I go to US. Oh, no, sorry, not US. Russian army to when I was 19 for 1 year, and then I go to very crazy place where was China border, and that was crazy time for 1 year. And I come back. I said no, I want to leave from here, and I go to Thailand for a couple of years, and then start traveling, fighting, and right now I'm here with you guys.
so,
yeah.
so the
That's
1 year is mandatory. Like when you
Yeah,
graduate
you
high
have
school,
to
you have
go,
to.
or yeah,
I
or
gotta be honest with you. I don't hate that idea. The amount of lazy, the amount of people nowadays that I see with no work ethic at all,
yeah,
and just me and him are in the United States and we're in the army, and it is the best decision that I ever made in my life. It is what whipped my ass into shape. It turned me into a worker. It turned me into a leader, and I really believe that everybody should do a couple years in the military straight out of high school. To be honest,
that's a good thought. I agree with you, but at some point I not agree because not anyone can do what I can do or you can do.
that's true.
No
yep.
one, no one can. Maybe not. Maybe 90% can do some stuff what I did, but maybe 10 like other percentage cannot do. They want to sit in office and serve for different side, computer or something like that. And I remember how it was very difficult for some guys who was with me, and yeah. So we have
Yeah, I
always
hear what you're
like
saying.
two sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Somewhere right side is good, you can go, and then the left side, like, I want to do something different, and
Well,
someone
that's
don't. Yeah. So
well, that's very cool that you do serve some time there. That's crazy.
yeah,
Let me ask you this. So
yeah,
you had mentioned the UFC. The goal was to make it to the UFC,
yeah.
right? That's still the goal.
100%. And I was
100%.
at Tough 31 in Las Vegas like a couple months ago. I didn't fight because, Conor bring his fighters and we had some problems over there. I was cutting weight, and then the train over there, I was weak almost. And then the last day before go to the house, they said to me, "Hey, Beck, we have to change all things, and now we will put you on wait list if someone will like engine or
Oh
some
man.
problem will have, and we will call you. You can stay here in Las Vegas or go back to Albuquerque, and in the train over there be ready." And I said, "Okay, I will go back, and just wait if something will happen." So I saw over there Connor Chandler and in a lot of like good
So
fights.
are you saying that you didn't get on the show because Connor had to have his guys on there?
My,
Are
my
you,
my my opinion, it was like that because they
damn.
they
I heard
changed
that story.
everything.
I've heard
Yeah,
this story coming out of there.
Yeah. That
yeah,
there was a
they
few people that
changed.
got bumped, right?
Yeah, they changed everything, and I was last fighter who was waiting until
Damn.
like last decision, and then I was talking with main producer, and he came like late, and said, "Back, we have to change this one," and then you in white list. I said, "Oh, okay," and then
Wow.
yeah,
Damn, man. That kind of stinks.
Yeah, it's
But
a
you know
bummer.
what? Listen, the bright side of things is that you're about to fight Jimmie Rivera.
yeah,
And Jimmie Rivera has a resume like, some of the best of them out there. Like he's fought some of the best. He's fought Peter Yan and Aljamain
yeah,
Sterling and John
yeah, yeah,
Dodson.
yeah.
So you go out there and you get a win over a guy like Jimmie Rivera. That's a real feather in your cap and a real tough name on your resume that they might be like, oh shit, this guy just fucking beat Jimmy. All right,
Yeah.
maybe we made a mistake. Maybe we shouldn't have sent him home.
Thank you. That was my thought when I first time saw my contract in BKFC when Jeffrey sent to me. I saw this guy. Oh, Jimmie Rivera. He lost for my friend. His name Peter Yan. I was with him in Thailand, and in Russia. So Peter Yan. He was my. We represent one gym in Russia. Archangel Mikhail, and then yeah.
So you've trained with Jan?
Oh yeah, we did. Well, I was with him almost 1.5 year in
Oh,
Russia.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a freaking monster, dude.
he's very good for bantamweight. He's very very good. I like his movement, his technique.
And where is your MMA fight in July?
It's gonna be in Texas, but they just offer me and say, okay, we have this guy, and maybe it will be title fight, but I don't have a contract yet. So when everything will like done 100%, I will just tell to everybody. I mean, it's not 100% yet. Just I have that date. Maybe I will fight over there.
Wow. Well, you know what, dude? You're a real interesting guy, and I'm so glad that we got to talk to you and not Kevin. We see him enough.
Yeah.
Enough of that
Talk
guy.
too much.
Nah, man, Kevin's one of the best out there. Like he told us that, like, so me and Mike are usually at the events, and
Yep.
like recently in the last few events, some wild, crazy shit has happened like around us every time.
Yes.
It doesn't always have to do with us,
No.
but we
Doesn't
just
ever have to do with us, actually.
Yeah,
We're always
yeah.
just around it.
Yeah, we're just there. And Kevin said the other day, he's like, man, you want to have a good time? Just hang around Mike and Mish because some crazy shit's gonna happen.
Yep.
Like,
All the time. So
dude, it's not us, man.
we were talking about it last night when we were just in South Carolina. A bunch of us were out, We were doing some marketing. We were in a bunch of bars, the bar, karaoke, whatever. The end of the night, we all walk back. We're in the lobby of the hotel at 2 a.m. and this guy shows up with no clothes, naked with just a watch on. He had his watch on, butt naked, walked into the hotel, asked for his key card, goes up to his room. The key card didn't work. He had to come back downstairs with the key card, naked again, get a new card, and the cops came. It was insane. So that's just one little snippet of crazy things that happen when you're around us.
That's right.
Just
Yeah, it was wild.
unbelievable. Yeah, man. We're really excited to see you fight tomorrow night. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're feeling right now, but I can imagine you got to be excited because Jimmie Rivera is a huge name, and the BKFC is one of the most exciting sports on the planet right now. I know you must have watched the BKFC and be a fan, right? You wouldn't just you wouldn't just accept a fight without seeing it first, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, guys, overall, I want to say thank you so much. And yeah, of course, I was watching fights from Dotson. He's at Jackson Week right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, and you're like, I don't have fight like until July. Maybe that's a good opportunity, And fight is fight, So why
Everybody's watching it now. Everybody's watching it now, especially after the Denver event. Like millions of more eyeballs are on this sport now.
Yep.
So hey, in between MMA fights, if you could take one here, that's fucking fantastic to do. I love it. We're excited to see you fight Jimmie tomorrow. We're gonna ask you a couple questions and we're gonna let you go.
sure.
Tell us, what's your favorite thing to do in Albuquerque outside of fighting? Go-to thing.
Yeah, I'm that person who love nature. When I have I have a rule. It's a Sunday. I'm going somewhere. Doesn't matter. It can be
Nice.
like mountain, hiking, and then I will just call for my friends. Hey, what's up? Let's go over there. And then all right, and we just go hiking. I will take my backpack and just some food, and then just maybe 5-6 hours just walking. Taking fresh air and just enjoying, and I
That's
think
awesome.
that's a good thing in Albuquerque, and also that elevation, you will improve your cardio when you're walking, just running or doing something like that.
Just don't be up in those Albuquerque mountains barefoot like Diego Sanchez be doing. That crazy man. He's up there fucking hiking barefoot.
That could be dangerous.
That could be dangerous. All right, number 2.
Who has been your biggest inspiration on your journey through mixed martial arts?
I would like to say it's myself. When I turned to 22, 23, I think at that point everything changed. It was in Thailand. I said to myself, okay, a lot of fighters like very, very good, but I will make that person who inside me, who will give me a lot of energy, who will, motivate me and then wake me up every morning and then just push me forward like that. And
Awesome.
I think that's myself. I like.
There you go. You got to believe in yourself. And the last
Yeah.
one, not non-fight related. Here we go. Junk food. You can only eat one of these for the rest of your life. Are you taking French fries or onion rings?
Oh, that's a great one. I'm not sure.
That's a toughie.
Not really. Maybe French fries.
You got to go French fries. I think
so.
you're right with French fries, and I love onion rings, but there's a lot of versatility in French fries. You can do a lot of things with those.
Yeah.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Beck, thank you for coming on the show. We are excited to see you fight tomorrow night. Take a second, say any last words you want to say, and then we'll let you get up out of here.
Perfect, guys. First, I want to say thanks for everyone who right now watching it and will watch. Just believe yourself and do what you like to do. Wake up and then just enjoy your life because you have just one life.
Yes.
And it's very, very short. When you will understand it, you will have a lot of energy, smiling. Try meet new people, blah blah blah, travel, and then something like that. You will be unstoppable. And I want to say for everyone who may be lost or don't have something to do or something, some problem maybe just try believe yourself and find something what you will do for long term. I would like to say like that, and just do it and become successful. Doesn't matter. It can be sport. It can be, I don't know, riding, running, or jumping. So I think that's it.
Oh,
I
I
love it,
love
man.
that. That's great, man. That's a really good message. And you're right. You have a short life. People know the speck of time that you
Yeah.
are alive. And this is kind of grim, but not really. Like it's the truth. Just a speck of time that you're alive. You
Yeah.
just look at infinity forward and backwards,
Yeah.
however long. This is just like nothing. It's just a flash.
Yeah, time flying.
That's it. Boom. So live it to the best. Live it up. Do as much as you can. Meet as many people. And if you want to do something, just go and do it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be the best at it. You don't have to be. You just go do it. Just go do it and be happy. I like your message, man. I love it.
Thank you, guys. I very appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much for coming on the show. And we will be tuned in tomorrow night at BKFC 43. Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Thank you.
See you later.
See you
Bye.
later.
Take it easy. All right. Bekzhod Usmonov. That guy. Yeah, Kevin Smith with the fucking, he's such a dickhead. Kevin,
I had a feeling, and I was like, wait,
I'm
you're
like, wait a
what?
minute,
I've
Kevin,
never.
I'm like, yeah, Kevin's gonna. I asked him, I'm like, does he speak? And no, but I asked because fucking whatever, dude. Kev, I will kick you in your shin when I see you.
I see Jeff Bush. Jeff Bush says, I like jumping. Hey, you know what? There is parkour. Play devil's advocate here. Maybe he's talking about parkour, or maybe he's just talking about jumping stuff, like jumping rope.
Yes.
Or jumping people, like you could be
maybe
good at,
jumping
like,
people,
jumping someone. Yeah, like you just. It's illegal, but if that's something
like
you
that
wanna be
naked
good at-
dude in South Carolina said he
That's
got
right.
jumped. He
That-
said he
yeah,
got
that
jumped,
naked
he
guy
got
said he
robbed,
got-
and that's why
that's
he
right.
was butt ass naked with a watch on.
Someone
Somehow,
was really good at jumping because they didn't leave any marks and they got all of his clothes. I mean, that's a good jumper.
And they let him keep his watch so he can fucking see what time it was while he's walking down the street naked.
Very polite jumpers.
All right, we got to have our last guest come on. This dude is an absolute.
We're having fun too, Jeff.
This dude is like an absolute savage. This is back-to-back short notice fights for Idrees Wasi. We saw him fight Steve Tomahawk Townsend on a couple of days' notice the last time. And now here we are. We find out, I think, was it yesterday? Did we find out yesterday or was it find out? Either way, he's fighting tomorrow night.
No, it was this morning.
This morning.
That was this morning.
All right. Well, hey, here we go.
I was in a freaking van. Yeah, bring him on. Let's talk about it with him.
We met this guy down in Orlando. He looked great in his debut, and then he fought Steve Tomahawk Townsend, and he is back in there tomorrow night on a 2 days notice. Here he is, Idrees Wasi.
No.
Hello.
What's
you guys hear me?
Look at he's in the elevator.
Are you in that?
I know. I'm walking to my room right now.
Yeah, nice.
Got a little hungry, so I'm trying to eat a nice little healthy salad.
Healthy salad. No, I was saying I'm on my way to work this morning and I'm looking and I see, oh, look, Idrees Wasi accepted this fight. He's going to the freaking airport. So like man, that shit is crazy. Just like in a flash, you're there.
Yeah, that was it all worked out pretty well. Trying to hurt me get in this room. So
what were you doing when you got that call? What were you doing when it said, hey, can you come here? And you're like, well, I'm in the middle of XYZ, but okay.
No, I was actually on my way to boxing practice. And because I've been wanting to fight for a while now. And it's been hard to get on. So I had to jump to my first opportunity.
He's in the fighter hotel right now, which we should be in, but we're not there.
It's very sad that we're not there right now, Idrees.
Oh, where you guys at?
We're home. He's in Rhode Island and I'm in Connecticut because he's got military stuff going on this week, and I was in a class. I was in a equal opportunity advisor course for the military all week long, so we couldn't make the trip.
Oh, man, so the shuttle driver, he was a black belt 4-0. He told me that he stopped fighting to pursue a career in teaching military people jiu-jitsu. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, Tom. Tom's cool.
He's
man.
super cool. He's a cool dude.
Now, Idrees, you got this call. When did you get it? Last night or yesterday?
No, what's today?
Today's Thursday.
Oh, I got it yesterday. I got it Wednesday.
Okay.
So yesterday, yeah, I got it yesterday around 2:00 my time.
All right.
And he texted me, can you make it to the airport? First of all, how much do you weigh? I said, I'm like 200. Can you make it to the airport by 5?
Oh,
And
wow.
I said, yes.
Shit.
And what did you have to weigh in?
So
at?
I
Did they
just,
ask
that's why.
what did they
190,
what did they ask you to
195.
weigh? 195?
195.
So you shot right to the airport, flew out there, and cut 5 pounds and weighed in today?
Yeah, actually, I cut the weight. It was easy to cut in the morning. I just ran a couple miles and it came right off me.
That's great, man. They gotta love guys like you that are just like willing to go.
Well,
You know what?
I hope they do.
No, but when we talked to you in Hollywood, right? Remember we talked to you in Hollywood, and you took a loss against Steve Townsend, but you took that fight on a short notice as well, and you gave him a fight, man. You were fucking in there with him, and Townsend is no slouch. He's a tough ass dude, and to go in there on a couple days' notice like you did, and scrap with him. I don't remember how many rounds you went. I feel like it went like 4 rounds, 3-4 rounds, something like that.
4. It was 4 rounds.
Wow.
But I'm actually very grateful that I had an opportunity to fight Townsend, because I feel like he tested me, and I was having doubts about fighting, and I had fun. Even though I lost, that was my favorite fight. It was my funnest fight, and he's a dog, and I was so happy to see him fight Chris Sorrow, and he smashed Sorrow. So that made me feel good, because I was like, yeah, he belongs in there. And I don't think the guy I'm fighting is nowhere near tough as Townsend.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I don't know much about your opponent. This fight was a big surprise to both of us. What's his last name? Is it Soder?
Souders?
Souders.
Yeah. So
this was his original fight. Was supposed to be the fight.
Oh, he was going to fight Jeffrey Dahmer first?
That's right. But he was too busy.
That was a spot on comparison. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, whoever that was.
Funny.
A couple of investigators stopped by his house, and he had to call the fight off.
That's funny.
Hey, so are you with Jackson Wink now? Jackson Wink Smith Brothers? Is that who you're represented by?
Yeah, because he reached out to me, and I was having a hard time getting fights myself. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have got this fight, because his little inside, he was able to work his magic. So because I was blowing them up, and it was hard. I was having a hard time.
Nice. You said so. It was Kevin that hit you up.
Yes.
That damn Kevin, man. He's that dude is a busy fucking guy. He, like we've said this a million times on this show, Kevin never stops working. I don't know if he sleeps. I gotta be honest. He was
in South Carolina, then he's in Florida. I feel like I was just in Florida yesterday, and now all of a sudden he's in Omaha, and he's finding out about a fight. Into.
And I had to wake him up. Because I was the last one to come. He woke up like 3 a.m. to help me out with the weigh-ins and stuff, to make sure I was on point. And he barely got any sleep. So hats off to him. Hard worker.
Dude, I texted him. So this is how hard of a worker he is. I texted him at 6:50 this morning, my time. And he's in Omaha, which is an hour behind us. And I text him at 6:50 a.m. and the fucking dude texts me back like 3 minutes later with the answer of whatever I was actually writing to him about you. I said, awesome to see Wasi got another shot. I like that guy. Who do you have him stepping in for? Thinking that Kevin's going to write back to me in like 2 hours, because it's like 5:50 in the morning in Omaha. I'm just going to shoot him the text. And like 3 minutes later, I get an answer. I'm like, holy shit, this fucking dude just literally never sleeps. Are you frozen?
No, I was just thinking about something.
No, man. So you're very quiet. I thought you were frozen.
I
for a
did
second.
too. I did too because the
No,
way
no,
that you're
because
sitting and nothing
uh-huh.
moved at all, and then he
You were
stopped talking
stoned.
and
You were
was looking,
stoned.
and I was trying to decide, like, I think this might be frozen. We might have to take him off the screen and have him come back.
No, because
on the
no,
show.
I was just
kick
thinking
you out for no reason.
No, I was thinking about my opponent because he doesn't. I don't have a lot of footage on him. I don't really watch the amateur MMA fights, but I watch some of his bare knuckle. And I don't know.
Pretty
He
big
seemed,
dude.
yeah, he was. I'm not gonna lie, he's a lot bigger than I thought. Because when I stood next to him, he was actually taller than me and he's wider than me. And I think he played college football.
Oh. Well, you know what? You're not allowed to punch people in the face in college football, so you might have an upper hand on him.
Yeah, and I also think he has I'm not sure, but I kind of think he has a glass jaw because he lost to Aaron Simpson. Aaron Simpson cracked him and dropped him, set him on his ass. And Aaron Simpson lost to Jay Jackson. And that's
David. You're talking
I've
David.
always wanted.
You're talking David Simpson.
Is it David Simpson?
David Simpson. The guy with the Viking haircut.
Yeah, he cracked. He's damn near slept my opponent. So I was watching that yesterday, and I was like, as soon as he got hit one flush time, he fell down.
Man, I was thinking about the Townsville fight with you, and some of the shots you two were landing on each other in that one. You cracked him hard. At one point, you hit him fucking flush, but when you hit him, I'm remembering like you hit him like dead in his grill, but then like landed on him and almost like tackled him to the floor. It was like the momentum of your punch. Do you remember that shit?
Yeah, because I watched that so many times, and I think what happened was I'm so used to like I feel like he was falling and I grabbed him because he was falling. I'm a nice guy. I drop you and I see you fall. I assist you.
You were laying him down. You were just placing him down on the floor.
Yeah, he's gently placing him, but I don't want to be gentle tomorrow.
Now, when we talked to you then, you had taken, I feel like, did you have like a car accident right before that fight too or something?
Yeah, I had that's why I didn't run because I was just in a car accident and I got fucked over because that guy don't even have insurance. So I just had a complete L, but I almost council fight. I knew I wasn't ready. I didn't train for like 2 weeks because of the car. And I felt it as soon as I stepped in the ring. I was tired.
I remember talking to you about that after the fight. We talked upstairs in that media room, and you had mentioned that, and like your cardio was not up because you hadn't been able to train because of the car accident. My question for you now is: you said you were on your way to the boxing to your boxing gym. Have you been steady training right now? You're feeling. I would imagine you're feeling 100% better this time than you were that time.
Oh yeah. I feel 1,000% better. I've been running every day, even though I don't have a fight lined up, so I don't run crazy. I wish I would have did more running, but I try to do like a mile or two a day just to, because I almost feel like you don't need a lot of cardio for bare knuckle because fights don't last long, but you need more like the high pace sprints and shit like that. I wish I did more of that, but I've been doing a lot of rolling too, like high intensity grappling, because I was about to get ready for MMA fights since I couldn't get a bare knuckle fight.
Yeah,
and as well as anybody that like rolling cardio, jiu-jitsu cardio is fucking something else to me. I think so because I've been in the military for years and we've been running. Like running is normal, but you get on a mat and roll like 5 or 6 rounds straight with 5 different guys and just free roll, and you're fucking dying after that shit. You know what I mean? That's a different type of cardio.
Yes, and I actually feel a lot better about myself because a lot of younger guys, they're tired. The new gym I go to, they only do like 5 rounds, 6 rounds of grappling, and I'll be ready to do more. And everyone's tired. They're younger than me. I want to do more because over at Fusion in Orlando, man, his setup was crazy. They do like sparring, and then you do 10 rounds. I wish I had a training camp over there at Fusion with Mike Perry's coach.
Yeah,
that's my goal. If I don't get touched tomorrow, I'm thinking about asking for the June 21st fight because I got offered a 205 fight in June 21st.
Oh, nice.
That's the one in
Because I would
Hollywood.
love, yeah, in Hollywood. I would love to have a camp because Mike Perry looks phenomenal in his camp, his speed, everything. If I train I want to train like that from now on. All my bare knuckle fights, I want to have crazy camps like that.
And are you living in Sacramento or are you living down in Florida?
Yeah, I'm back in Sacramento.
Yeah.
You don't seem too happy about that.
You don't seem too excited about that.
And I don't know if it's my hometown or it's just the gyms. Uriah Faber's gym is not what it used to be. You would think they got 2 bare knuckle fighters now, Chad Mendez and this new Russian dude that they signed him and then I haven't heard shit about him.
Yeah.
Like 8 months ago, they signed a dude from Sacramento, Russian guy.
They had Eddie Hoke too. They had
oh yeah, Eddie Hoke. That's my boy. Eddie Hoke, man. Eddie Hoke touched me up in sparring.
Yeah, he's another one. They had a few guys going through there, and we actually had a chance to meet Uriah down in Hollywood when Chad made his debut. And I got to tell you, man, there's like a few times in my life that I felt like nervous almost because like he's a legend in my eyes. Uriah Faber is a fucking living legend in MMA. And then, I was just like hoping in my brain when I approach this guy and talk to him, I hope he's not a fucking piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like you always hope that the guys that you've idolized are not like closet assholes.
Yeah.
And he was cool as fuck. I was I was like, he was like the nicest dude ever. I was like, thank God, man. That would have really broke my heart if he was just like blew us off and was like, yeah, I'm not doing pictures right now. I don't want to do a picture. I asked him for an interview and he was like, oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. We'll do it right over here.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, here's my phone number. We do some military stuff. We want you to come there.
That's what he said. Yeah. He's like, take my phone number. Hit me up if you ever want to talk to any of my fighters. Just text me. I'm like, wow, that was fucking crazy.
That was amazing.
Yeah, he's super nice. He's a 50-year-old retired skateboarder.
Are you saying that like is it because he's retired? Is he less involved now, and that's why the gym's different?
No, I was just quoting Conor McGregor.
Oh, the 50-year-old skateboarder. Is he still like super involved though? Like he's like married with children now, so. Yeah,
he's still there. I see him jog in front of his house a lot because I do DoorDash and Uber, and he lives in the Fabulous 40s. Like they call it the Fabulous 40s because like the whole 40th Street's all big ass baller houses, and he's always jogging. And like he bought a couple old school cars. He's living the life, man. And I always see him walking to the gym. There's a lot of up and comers, but the gym is different though, man. They lost so many guys.
Yeah. It's all TJ Dillashaw's fault, right?
Yeah, and you know what? TJ was a prick though. TJ was an asshole. I used to see TJ spar. The funny shit I ever seen. TJ was sparring. He drops a dude. I'm thinking he's about to help him up. He goes to buy him, lifts him up, and said, "Finish this round. I got a world title." And starts wailing on him. I'm like, this guy's a prick.
Damn.
But I love his intensity. He's the most intense guy I've ever seen. Yeah, he takes it to a whole nother level.
He almost can't dial it down. He's that intense,
yeah,
right?
But that's what you want, though. I wish I had that. That's that competitive edge. He don't even probably like to lose in anything, like dominoes, video games, like almost like Michael Jordan. They said, the competitive guys that hate losing. But yeah, Saturday. Hopefully he'll come back, man. I don't really think he's really retired.
Do you think that TJ would fare well in bare knuckle? He's got.
I was just about to say that because TJ sparred Lomachenko and gave him that work.
Yeah, I know that he fought Aljamain with a blown out shoulder.
Yeah,
I am no pro fighter or anything, but I have had I blew out my right shoulder and tore my bicep and had to get it all fixed. And I tore my left shoulder as well. And I got to tell you, like, I've personally never been as strong, or I can't throw a baseball like I used to. I can't throw a football like I used to. I can't lift certain weights the same way. So I don't know, but he's a world-class athlete. I would imagine like he can reach 100% peak status once again,
Yeah, and that's so unfortunate. Like you said, it's hard to come back from surgery and injuries. And I'm just grateful that I've never ever been injured and never had surgery. So that's why I feel like I want to just only do bare knuckle and see how far I can go.
How old are you, Idrees? 31?
Well, if I'm talking to a woman, I'm 30, but I'm 33 now.
33. You're still young. You're I mean, honestly, I feel like being in the army, I've been in for 22 years, and I feel like I was at my strongest, highest performing between 31 and 35 was like my fucking prime. I was I can run through a brick wall. Now I'm all fucked up from it, but either way, you're right in that wheelhouse. I believe a man's prime is like 31 to 35,
Yeah, me too, and that's why I always I think about age all the time because I'm like, okay, I'm not getting any younger, so I want to always fight. I want to because the window's shutting down, and like you said, 35 is like 35. I feel like it's that age. Michael Chandler's what 37. There's certain guys, Romero. There's certain freaks, but a lot of people start declining around 35. Even younger, like Jake Ellenberger. He used to be one of my favorite fighters, and he started getting knocked out silly around 33, and then retired at 33.
Yeah, unless they're heavyweights like DC and Stipe and those guys. Those guys are all peaking when they're like closer to 40 when they're heavyweights. But like younger, smaller guys. I mean, I don't know. I feel like right now is your time to do something with yourself here, and I think you have a huge opportunity, man.
Yeah, and the moment I signed to the Orlando bare knuckle card, when I was signing, I said, "This is going to change your life. Be patient and don't fucking ruin it like you did Bellator."
You got there today, right? So you got there today, and I saw you post some pictures. We had on Mohawk last night.
Oh yeah, he was a funny guy, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that dude is fucking high energy and a funny ass guy. He was cracking us up last night.
Yeah,
you were out there, in this picture was you, him, Houston Alexander, Christine Faria. What was that group like? A lot of personalities there.
Oh man, it was so awesome. I like Misfits. She's so serious. She's a killer. Like when I seen her, I was kind of starstruck. So that was great seeing her. And I wanted to ask her a question. She didn't walk around with the belts like everyone else does. I kind of like that better.
Yeah,
I like that way better. I kind of think that the belt thing is kind of like, I think Hunt is blown it the fuck out. Like I don't even want to see the belt no more.
I think that's part of his thing, part of the show, And I think since he did it, I feel like everyone else does it, And now it's like a thing, and everybody brings it around. So that's like the BKFC thing. Like everybody brings their belts everywhere.
They should maybe do rings or something, because certain guys don't need belts no more. Hunt is ridiculous.
Hey, have you ever talked to Houston Alexander at all? Was this your first time meeting him?
That was my first time, and I told him that I watched him when I was 18 years old when he fought Kimbo, and I've always wanted to ask Houston this one thing because of something I saw on the internet about his son, and I just had to ask him. And I asked him, and he cleared the radio for me. He was like, he told me the real story. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the story of him fighting his son.
No. What? I don't know.
It made like the news. Like he told his son to put the gloves on and spar him for real. And then he cracked him, and his son, I think someone called the police. But I've always wanted to ask him about that.
So how old was his son? Was he like
16?
A teenage, like a punk teenage? His son was like probably mouthing off to his old man, and his old man said, "Put your gloves on, let's go out back." I love
something like that. Yeah, I love it too, because I do that to my daughter. She's only 13. Like I take her to sparring, and I tell grown men, "Hey, crack her just one good time," and they do it, and I love it because she needs it. She needs it.
Let her feel it. Nah, man, we've had Houston on a few times. He's an awesome guy, and he does a lot of cool shit. And we didn't know until we asked him on the show what the Houston Alexander Foundation was. And when he told us, like, I was like, oh shit, that is super fucking cool. So he's a huge hip hop head, but he's like into the to the grassroots of it, like
the whole culture of it,
the whole culture, the graffiti, the breakdancing, the beatboxing, the scratching, everything. So what the Houston Alexander Foundation does, they go around the schools and they like teach the history of hip hop to high school kids that don't know the history behind the music. And I was like, man, dude, that is fucking cool as hell.
Yeah, I think they go to all different schools. It's wild.
He said that they'll teach them about the significance of graffiti and all that, and like how breakdancing was started and all
battle rapping,
battle rap.
Yeah, like it's wild. It's really cool. It's really cool.
I said, man, I wish
dances.
I said, I wish that shit existed when I was in high school, because I would have been much more interested in that coming to the school and talking to us than the shit that we sat through. You know what I mean?
Hey, what did you guys sit? What did you guys sit through? What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2000.
Yeah, 2000.
I'm 41.
That was the best era in the world. The 2000s.
Yeah. Oh no! Trust me. No. Trust me.
The school shit that they did was stupid.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Did in high school was whack.
Like when they would have guest speakers come to our school, it would
the
be
worst
some shit that I would sit in the bleachers and be like, "Oh fuck!"
I just wouldn't go.
I just want to leave. But if it was something like the Houston Alexander Foundation, they're like, "Yeah, this professional MMA fighter, hip hop aficionado is here to teach you guys the fucking culture of hip hop," I would be interested in that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I wish something like that existed back then. But
now a lot of kids.
No, go ahead.
Huh? No, I'm saying now I think it's a good thing, because a lot of kids get inspired, because I see more and more where, like, one of my native friends in Sacramento, Max Griffin, he does that a lot. He goes to school, his son's school, and it seems like a lot of kids are more impressed by fighters. Or you're in the UFC school, and I think there's going to be a lot of more fights coming out in the future.
I think it's freaking awesome. I think that what he does is cool. And Max Griffin, he still fights for the UFC, right? He's still active with the UFC.
Yeah, very active. And I just bumped into him a few weeks ago. I want to train with him, because they train. He trains at MMA Gold. Also, Anthony Hernandez trains there. Fluffy. He's fighting tomorrow. I know he's fighting Saturday in the UFC.
Max has his own line of weed, right? I don't know what
it's
called.
I need to try it. I think it's called Pain Kush. His nickname is Max Payne.
Yeah, is that what it's called? I know that he posts about it a lot. Man, we need to get into that business, Mike.
Yeah.
You know what?
I don't know if we can.
We should, because I was thinking about something. This is a little bit off topic, but I was thinking about something. I forgot that OnlyFans sponsors Bare Knuckle.
Yeah.
And I thought about making my own OnlyFans, because I used to do shit like that when I was younger. And now that I'm getting my body back, shit, y'all might see me on OnlyFans, because I need some money.
You talking about the sexual side of the OnlyFans?
Yeah. He's trying to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm open, man. I ain't packing. You feel me? I got a little snicker, but it's it's how you can make angles to make it look bigger.
Yes.
Oh man,
snicker angle.
Dude, talk. You gotta hit
exactly.
Up the BKFC,
I remember one time I was. I wish Dave was here, because I wanted to talk to Dave so bad, but I guess he's not coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't see him at the weigh-ins.
You had Nate up there.
Yeah, I didn't see him either. I didn't even know he had a son.
You're saying you know Dave Feldman? His son runs. He's like the COO. He's the operating officer.
I didn't know that until today.
Yeah, he's the guy who runs. Like he's like the fucking big wheel.
Yeah.
He's the big cog in the machine.
He's definitely a major player, like the major player, other than his father. You know what I'm saying?
His father's the face. He's the guy behind the curtain. He's like the wizard. You know what I'm saying? You got the Wizard of Oz. You got the face. His dad's the face. He's the guy behind the scenes, like moving everything around. His dad will say it too.
Yeah. because there's a lot of ideas that I have. Like, what happened to the Saint Cha Bukal Muay Thai fight?
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that got pushed back and
Because-
disappeared, and people forgot about it, I think.
Yeah, because I really want to do a bare knuckle kickboxing fight.
Bare knuckle kickboxing. I think the Sanchai Bukal thing is like they were worried that they weren't going to be able to like fill a stadium or an arena over there. It had something to do with buzz. I think it had something to do with that. But I mean, maybe that. I thought it was kind of crazy to have them two fight each other right away anyway, because they're such big stars, and like why wouldn't you have those guys running through dudes like constantly and you know. Build it up
That's
a
what I
little
thought
bit.
too.
Build it up a little bit, and then have them fight down the road at some point. Because Buakaw is significantly bigger than Sanchai, I believe. I think he's like 25, 35, 30 pounds bigger than him. So I'm assuming they were going to meet somewhere in the middle. But in the meantime, instead of having them fight each other, just let them fight their fucking weight classes and sell out some shows. You know.
Yeah, but hopefully they bring that back, because I'm starting to think maybe adding a couple kickboxing bouts. I think that's the future, because I was very entertained by it. Did you see the fight with the Jorge Masvidal card? Klecker was on there against Roy Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
That was very. I don't know. I like bare knuckle MMA. That's like a real street fight.
Yeah, that was fun.
You know, the funny thing is, like, Rogan's been saying that they need to lose the gloves for years. Like he's been saying that for years, and now it's like a thing, and people are starting to like that. So I don't know. Kevin Smith is in the comments. He says, "Get 50,000 followers, and they will sponsor you without the Snicker shot."
What, really?
Yeah. So you don't even have to post.
Just a measly 50,000, man. Just get it done.
So wait, I have to get 50,000 followers, and then OnlyFans will sponsor me?
They'll just sponsor you without the Snicker shot. You see, the problem is the Snicker shot is supposed to bring the 50,000 followers. So what you got to do?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. I mean, I don't know now, because now I'm thinking like I got a daughter. I want her seeing that shit. I have to make a different account.
Everything is, yeah.
And you have like
a minute ago now.
It's like are there any other Idrees Wasis out there? I feel like you got a very unique name. So
that's not me. That's the other
If your
guy.
daughter was like,
It's not Kevin Smith.
Dad, do you have a OnlyFans page? I saw it.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change my stage name to Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
That's right. Perfect.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, it's a perfect. That's a perfect name.
It's a very common name. So yeah.
Yeah, you go to make
That's
that
crazy.
name on Gmail, and you're Kevin Smith 1235 at gmail.com.
Oh man, Idrees, I'm so happy that you got an opportunity to fight tomorrow night, man. It was very cool to wake up this morning and see the news. And I reached out to Kev, and then I didn't even reach out to him to see if you would want to do a show, because I really didn't think that you would want to do that. You know, on a day's notice, you got to get yourself set. But he hit me up. He said, "Can you have him on?" Absolutely. We're glad to talk to you tonight. We're gonna ask you a couple questions. You got that badass tattoo on your chest. We got to ask you something. Who is your favorite Ninja Turtles villain?
You know what? That tattoo was more because for my childhood, because I'm not even into Ninja Turtles like I used to be. I like all of them, but I just like things that remind me of my childhood. That's why I just got a tattoo a couple days ago. Where's it at? Can't even see it. A Winnie the Pooh tattoo. I just like things that remind me of the 90s.
Yeah,
Nice.
the 90s are
Yeah,
great.
but you obviously watched the show back in the day.
Yeah,
so
like Shredder, Krang, the Rat King. Like,
there's a whole bunch.
I liked all of them. I never liked Shredder because he was the op. He was the enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shredder's a bum.
Yeah, I never liked Shredder, but I like
Biggest boss letdown fight of all time for me when I was a kid was the Super Shredder fight in Secret of the Ooze. That shit got me so upset. I'm like, this dude, you're gonna fight him. He takes the friggin' ooze. He gets Super Shredder. He's massive. He knocks the goddamn thing down. He's done. What the hell is this shit? The whole fucking fight. What happened here? That was like a cop out of a fight, man. That shit pissed me off.
So, Idrees, listen to this. What you need to do, since you got the Winnie the Pooh tattoo,
Yeah.
you're going to have some downtime tonight. Maybe get on Amazon Prime, get on wherever you can find this movie and watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
The hell? Is this like a dark twist movie?
It is a
snuff film.
It's a gory
Pornographic film?
No. It's a gory horror movie.
What? Blood and Honey.
Where Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, they all come out of the forest there and they go after Christopher Robin and everybody and they fucking slaughter them all. It's great.
Wow,
you're welcome for that, by the way. You're welcome for that, everybody. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Go look it up. Watch it tonight. Number 2.
Hey, best 90s cartoon other than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, what I'm going to say off the top of my head is it was 1998, I think, the first production of Rugrats.
Oh, yeah, the Rugrats, man. Rugrats was good. That was a good one.
Do you know, do you guys know, I don't know if this is a new show or if it's been around, Phineas and Ferb? Is that a new?
I know about it. It's newer.
I feel like that's more like the 2005-ish.
Yeah. Okay, because my kids watch the shit out of that now, and it is actually really funny. I appreciate it. It's not something that I want them to turn off every time I fucking walk in the room.
Yeah.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah, there's a couple of those shows. Like fucking Peppa Pig.
He didn't say Darkwing Duck. He didn't say Darkwing Duck. So Idrees Wasi is not Patrolman. We will move on to number 3. What was your go-to CD growing up? When you had CDs?
Well, I had CDs recently because I had a Benz that only took CDs, so I was buying a lot of CDs. But as a kid,
5-disc changer.
6-disc. Yeah, I love CDs. Shit. But I have to say, when I was a kid, my little cousin introduced me to Lil Wayne. The Block is Hot was my first album I ever bought / stole from Target.
Nice. Very nice.
/ stole.
Yeah,
nice,
we stole cassette tapes when we were going
to
cassette tapes, singles,
cassette tapes.
Like that. Singles.
That's the 80s.
Oh no, in the 90s.
Man. I listen. I worked at Strawberries, this record store out here in the East Coast. I don't know if they had them out in California or not, but
now it like turned into like FYE.
It turned into FYE, and then I don't even know if FYE is still around. Maybe it still is.
Yeah, it is.
When I worked at Strawberries, dude, it was like we were just starting to phase cassette tapes out and CDs in, and I had a ton of cassette tapes. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm that old.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 41. I had Nas Illmatic on cassette. I had.
Oh my god! You guys are East Coast guys.
Yeah.
You remind me of Julian Williams, as he loves all that East Coast Nas. I honestly, when I heard in the West, Lil Wayne was the only non-West Coast that I listened to. When I got like 12, it was E40, it was Tupac, Snoop Dogg, mainly California music. Because West Coast versus East Coast.
Yep.
I was in high school when the East Coast versus West Coast war was going on, and I actually loved both sides because I was a big fan of like West Side Connection and Ice Cube and Tupac. All Eyes on Me came out. It was fucking unbelievable.
I remember everything.
But then,
everything happening. I remember where I was when I found out about Tupac dying. I remember where I was when I found out that Biggie died. I remember everything. It was crazy. Like I was way into it.
Yeah. If you don't listen, if you just hate East Coast music because you're from the West Coast, I want you to do me a favor. Listen to some Wu-Tang. All right. Yeah. Listen.
What? Wu-Tang? I never listened to Wu-Tang.
Really? Oh my god!
Because there's a guy that trains at Fusion. He just got a Wu-Tang tattoo by Method Man, and his name is Fame. You ever heard of him?
Fame.
He's out of Orlando.
Fames with a Z.
No, with the S.
with it.
Yeah, he's a he did a Phil Rose tattoo.
Oh, okay.
He's a
Not the
dope
guy
ass.
who fights for BKFC fames.
No, not that one. Not that. That guy's a whole different. That nigga's a whole different. He's wild. But now this dude just recently, because when I fought in December, he took me out to eat to this Brazilian steakhouse, and he was telling me about Method Man and how he met Method Man, and Method Man invited him to his show, and they became friends.
Oh
now,
my God.
No way.
look at his Instagram. He got the dopest Wu-Tang tattoo I've ever seen in my life. It's like
No way.
Method Man with the logo, and it's fucking badass.
Do you know that Method Man is my number one? When people say who's your favorite rapper of all time, Method Man is my GOAT. Like, Method Man has never had a bad verse in the history of his whole entire catalog. Go listen to it. That dude just rips every single time. His albums are great. I mean, fucking every Wu-Tang song on their albums, he's usually got the best verse. It's either him or Inspector Deck. So that's cool, man. I appreciate that. That's fucking awesome. Anyways,
you know what they should do? Bare knuckle. Huh?
No, go ahead. Go.
No, I had an idea. West Coast versus East Coast bare knuckle card.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be cool. I
don't know how that would happen because I think it's still
fighters
banned in
to find
California.
out.
It is banned in California,
but they can still fight in a neutral ground. Like go to Denver and fight or something.
Yeah, I mean, how many fighters?
Yes, Denver's right next door.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a good one. You know, it's a good.
I feel like bare knuckle doesn't have a lot of California fighters, and they should because there's a lot of killers out here.
Would you consider Christine Faria and Joey Beltran California fighters?
Yeah, of course. Joey Beltran's from South Central LA.
Yeah, and David Diaz.
He's done now.
Wait, you said Misfit?
He's done, right?
Misfit was originally from.
Wait, I thought Misfit was from. I thought she's from New York.
No, Misfit lives in Vegas, but
I didn't know that.
She's originally from like Southern California. Right?
Am I wrong about that? That's interesting.
She's not from around here.
No, she probably hates Wu-Tang too.
Yeah,
because I've seen her in Orlando. Yeah, probably hates
she
Wu-Tang.
did move
That's
to Florida
crazy.
for a short time though. So
Absent Minded says you got Angel Core out there. You got Sharissa Sagala. She's a California fighter. So you know what? Let's start putting a roster together, Idrees.
We're doing it.
Let's do it, man. Hey, we could talk.
Hey, there's one thing I want to say.
Sure.
Go ahead.
One more thing. I want to put it out there. I like Britain Hart. I heard she's single, and if you guys, put the word in for me, I want her.
I don't know, man. You made that snicker comment earlier. I don't know if she's gonna fucking be interested.
We're putting this out for sure. 100%. We're gonna put that out. We're putting that out to the world.
Nah, we got you, brother.
Britain Hart, Idrees Wasi. You guys have to go out to a nice restaurant. Get to know
on her tab because I'm broke as motherfucker right now.
Hey, independent women. Listen, that's what I'm talking about.
Dinner on the
guy's side now. Yep, dinner on the champ.
All right. Well, that's awesome, man. Hey, we should be. We're gonna do soon again. Hopefully, after you go out there and get yourself a victory. But we could talk to you all night. But we're going on 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on. We're gonna give you a moment to say whatever you want to say to anybody that's listening and tell them why they should be tuned in tomorrow, and then we'll let you get up out of here.
All right. Well, it was it was real last minute, and I really wish I had made my sponsors because I had one person sponsor me, and he's helped me, and he doesn't even know it. And that's Mitch Aguiar. He's a Navy SEAL. Massive supplements. Mindset is everything. You guys go buy his products. Protein. He has good quality gis. Go support him because he supported me, and that's what I want to say. That's my biggest supporter right now.
Massive supplements. Is that what it's called?
Yes, it's the logo I have tatted on me. MASF.
Okay.
Oh, you might have. Did you have that for a little while here? That tattoo.
Yes.
You might have showed us
Yes,
this.
we did. Yeah, no, we talked about this.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
All right, well,
did you buy protein from him yet? Support his business.
send me the link.
All right, I'll
Send
send you
me the
guys the
link.
link.
Listen, you're talking to a guy that's taken every supplement under the sun, fucking twice. Idrees, when we were deployed in 2012 or 13, maybe 08, 09, I can't remember. But I used to go down to the customs yard, and the Navy customs guys would confiscate everybody's fucking supplements going out of the theater. So you could bring anything you want into the war theater, but when you're leaving to go home, they will not allow anything opened, any kind of anything to go through customs. So they confiscate it all. So these fucking psychopaths would just open up the bottles of pills and pour them into this big bowl and mix them up with their hands. And I used to go to the gym with these guys. I would go down to the customs yard, pick up the 2 customs dudes that would go to the gym with me, and they'd say, anything out of the candy bowl? And I'd be like, yeah, whatever. So you just literally reach into this bowl, take a handful of pills, throw them in your mouth, take a drink, and then go to the gym.
Heart attack city.
You're wild.
Yeah. I'm still alive, dude. It's great.
He made it.
I made it home. So it's awesome talking to you. Congratulations on getting another fight with the BKFC, and we wish you the best of luck tomorrow night. Mike, you got anything else for him?
Ah, man, awesome talking with you. Can't believe it's been so long since we talked to you back in Florida. And man, I'm glad you got on the card last minute. Better than nothing. And go and do your thing, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. We'll let you go now.
Later.
Here he is. Idrees Wasi.
Oh, hey.
Yo, imagine taking a fight on a day and a half or like a day and a half notice.
No, man. No. I don't even like being like called in to do something or whatever for work on a day notice. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you got to do all this shit by tomorrow. I'm like, what the
dude? Yeah, look at Russ says, and that's how Mish ran through the hotel balls out. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me in the hotel. But you know what? That's a true story too. People hear me say that shit all the time, and they're like, "There's no fucking way you guys did that." Yes, we did. It was a big mixing bowl, like one of those big tin mixing bowls, and these guys would just confiscate bottles every day, and they'd walk in, open them up, pour them in there, and they just mix it up like that with their hands, and just keep adding to it every single day. They'd add some stuff to it, and we would, take a handful, throw it in there, drink some water, go to the gym. To death wish.
Well, Kyle,
hey, it's been a long 2 nights. You guys all need to tune in tomorrow night with the BKFC 43 card. This card's awesome. It really is.
It is awesome.
There is.
Let's go. Let's go this way.
Yeah, it's those two right there. But you got Elvin Brito and Carlos Trinidad Snake.
Yep.
You got fucking Noah Cutter and Dakota Cochrane. You got Jimmie Rivera and Bekzhod Usmonov. We just talked to him for the first time ever, and I'm excited to see that guy fight. He's a very cool guy. Very, he seems like a dialed-in kid that wants to do fucking really big things with his career. So I'm excited to see where he goes from there. The fact that he was bumped off the show for Connor's guy is crazy.
Yeah, that was a little bit of bullshit. I did hear about that, though. I did hear about that happening. And I was wondering, like, who the people were and when we were going to find out. And lo and behold, we just had one of those guys just come up on our show. How weird is that, man? Is that not fucking odd or what?
It's crazy. I think remember Connor went on like Ariel's show, and I think Ariel asked him about that, and Connor said that wasn't the case, but
looks like it might be.
It looks like it might be, dude. It
looks like it might be.
Yeah. Did you see the weigh-ins today?
Yeah, I saw the weigh-ins today.
Did you see Jad Masan Wong with the bloody hands?
Yeah, I did see Jad Masan Wong with the bloody hands. Actually,
that was interesting, and I think
like this. You're talking about?
Yeah, yes, you can see. And Taylor looking like the Statue of Liberty over there, like the Golden Queen what is she? I think she's going for like queen of the bare knuckle.
Yeah, she was like, she said she had a story to tell and she couldn't wait for us to see it. And then we saw it, and
it's
it was cool.
very cool.
Look at these two. People are gonna look at this and go, "Oh, what is this?" But the thing is like these chicks are crazy fighters. That's the crazy part about it. They're not just gonna go in there and fucking pitter patter and then it's gonna be over. Like, one of them has fight of the year, and the other one had her friggin' head split wide open, was bleeding all over the goddamn place, and had to have the fight stopped. And in her other fight, she fucking punched Crystal Pittman in the face like 80,000 times, and her whole face blew up like a balloon. So yeah, dude, that was crazy.
80,000 times.
Yeah, whatever, however many times. But her eye like got all big and then blew up. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. That was fucking crazy. She had that
all
big
right, now
mouth.
you're gonna look at our faces again.
Big
Should we bring
mouth
that back
under.
up? There we go.
Nah, there was that one there,
yeah.
man, dude. Trinidad is pretty big. Did you see them face off?
Yeah, he is.
I didn't realize how
Me neither.
much bigger he is. He's like about 3 inches taller than Brito, it seemed.
Yep.
So another fucking great card. BKFC is doing it again. This is like 4 weeks in a row that they've been having fights put on, and yeah, you're just rolling through them there. So if you're not watching, you should be. Get the app, get on there. You can use our link if you want. If you don't want to use our link, you don't have to. I mean,
do it. You use our friggin' link, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna link. Fucking link it.
But Mike has drill tomorrow.
Yeah, I do. I have work all day, and I have freaking drill. I'm probably not gonna get home to goddamn 3 hours before I have to be back again. So.
What time does it end tomorrow night? Like 9 o'clock. So
they say.
Yeah, so you'll be there from like 7 in the morning till.
I got a good hour drive home. Probably never go to sleep till like 1 o'clock in the morning because I'm gonna be watching the fights, and then I'm gonna fucking get up 3 hours later to drive to work again. It's gonna be awesome, and then I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna do yard work for hours, and on Sunday I'm gonna want to die.
Dude, well,
I'm gonna grab a large coffee. I'm gonna say put 3 turbo shots in it, and then I'm gonna throw it in my face and on my groin, and that's how I'm gonna wake up.
That shit is funny, man. Well, I'm not gonna be doing any of that shit. I'm gonna finish my course tomorrow, and then I'm gonna coach a little league game on Friday night, and then I'm gonna watch these fights, and I'm gonna eat some fucking bare knuckle corn snacks, and I'm going to enjoy myself and not have to get up for drill Saturday morning.
I'm going to make everyone watch the fights tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm putting them suckers on the TV.
Oh, you're going to dude. Yeah, do that. Put it on the TV.
I'm doing it.
At drill. Yeah. Make your entire platoon, call it NCOPD. And this is team building exercise. You're going to
learn how to defend yourself from the enemy military. Bare knuckle fighting style.
Call it a class on resiliency training.
That's right.
Get a roster.
Yeah.
Have everybody sign in and put it in DTMS so you guys can get credit for some resiliency training.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
There you go. That's fucking brilliant Army shit right there, guys.
Yeah, what a platoon sergeant we have here.
That's it.
You're welcome.
That's a former first sergeant talking right there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you to everybody that came on. Cyrus Fees. Awesome. We got Dakota Cochrane and Bekzhod and Idrees on there tonight. Thank you guys so much. All Smith brothers, Jackson Wink guys, and everybody that was on last night. Thanks for rolling with us again. Back-to-back nights, 4 guests each. It's been a long 2 nights, and I want to go 9 nights.
Yeah.
All right. So with that said, you got anything else for these peeps?
Yeah, I got peace. Bye-bye. I got to go to sleep. Bye-bye.
Mike gotta go pee-pee.